Place in Space. Written by Ellie Woolard, illustrated by Elysia Mass. One night, while the stars were all quietly shining, the planets were moaning and whinging and whining. Mercury sighed. "All I see is the sun. My orbit's so boring. I want some more fun." "But at least," Venus cried, "you don't spin the wrong way. I'm different. I'm never invited to play." "Just be thankful," said Earth, "that you haven't got rain. My clouds and my sloshy wet seas are a pain." "Oh yeah?" shouted Mars. "Then just try being me. I've got massive great dust storms. I'd rather have sea." "Oh, my moons," whimpered Jupiter. "When will I rest? They all keep annoying me. Each one's a pest." "Listen, guys," Saturn said, fluttering a ring. "I'd adore some more sunshine to highlight my bling." "Some warmth," grumbled Uranus. "That would be nice. Is it too much to ask to get rid of this ice?" "And me," Neptune said. "I never get mentioned." But nobody paid him the slightest attention. They squabbled and yelled about whose place was worst, while the stars muttered, "Shh! You're so loud we might burst." Then, all of a sudden, Earth shouted out, "Stop! Hang on a minute. Why don't we just swap? The whole solar system's got oodles of space. It can't be so tricky to simply change place." "Don't be silly," the sun called. "Hey, you lot, come back!" But the planets were already off through the black. Slowly at first, and then whooshing and whizzing, they zoomed through the darkness, all zipping and fizzing. "Hooray!" shouted Venus, and Mars said, "Yippee!" while Neptune did backflips and said, "Look at me!" But as Mercury darted and Earth started dashing, the planets came closer and all began crashing. Jupiter yelled, "You stop bumping me now!" "Me?" shouted Earth. "You were thumping me! Ow!" "This dust!" spluttered Venus. "Achoo! See? I'm sneezing." "I'm so bored," muttered Mercury. Mars said, "I'm freezing." "I'm hot," Saturn moaned. "How I wanted to dazzle, but now my sublime-looking rings will all frazzle." And Uranus grumbled, "I never complain, but I wish it would stop all this soggy wet rain." Then all of the fast-spinning planets yelled, "Help!" while poor twirling Neptune just let out a yelp. But as they'd all hurtled and spurted and spun, someone had watched their old friend the sun. "I did try to warn you," the sun said. "I'm bright, and that generally means that I tend to be right. Go back to your orbits and stop all this whining. Your silly behaviour's disturbing my shining." The planet said, "Sorry," and off they all went. And after that day, they were always content. "Our orbits are great," said the planets. "We've missed them, the best spots to be in the whole solar system. We whirl around the sun and we do it in style. And out in the darkness, the stars seem to smile."